Everyone, Kris has finally made her journey back from the forest. What were you doing out there?
Oh my God, you guys. Okay, I thought I would be adventurous and try to do, let me try to say it, tree top trekking. And one of my girlfriends and I went out, and honestly, I thought it was something completely different than what it was. So in my mind, I thought that tree top trekking was kind of like these bridges that you just walk across and you're harnessed on and like whatever, you're just having a good time. No, they're like obstacle courses in the trees. I had no idea. So I honestly, Kyle's dying. I go with my girlfriend, and all of a sudden they're like, we need to show you how to do it and like give instructions. And as soon as the guy says that, I'm like, why? Like, we're just walking on bridges. Anyways, I had to learn how to walk across a game, which is like one of those wires. And I had to like drop myself to like trust my equipment. And then I had to like take a baby zip line down. And I was like, okay, this is really embarrassing because you have to do it in front of everyone. But I did it. I survived. Anyways, we climb up the tree. And I'm thinking, okay, this isn't so bad, whatever. We climb up the tree, which is, I don't even know how tall it is. You climb up this ladder that's attached to the tree. And my girlfriend steps on and she's freaking out. I go to step on the first course, and it's these individual just pieces of log so far apart from each other, and you have to like step on each log without falling. I swear to God, I almost have a full-on panic attack. I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. Literally did not think this is what I was doing. Okay? Anyways, the guy ends up having to take a whole other group of people, the people that are behind us, take them around like 3 of the obstacles to another ladder that you can climb up to bypass us. Because I was just full on dramatic. Like, I was just like, I cannot do this. So then it gets worse, okay? At the very end, I decided to see it through. I am proud of myself. I saw the whole damn thing through, okay? Mm-hmm. But at the very end, you have to zip line pretty far down to get back on the ground. So I attached my stupid zip line thing, and the girl's like, okay, as soon as you sit down, you'll go. So I'm like terrified. And so I sit down, and of course, because my ass is so fat, it just starts spinning as I'm going. So like I'm essentially just going backwards. Okay, I go all the way down the zip line backwards, and I'm going so fucking fast because the weight on me. So I'm going, and you're supposed to like see the ramp and like jump off and run up the ramp and grab the rope. But because I just went so fast and I was backwards, and I'm like, I'm supposed to know how to turn back around, and I was just dying laughing, I went and I took the rope, and when I took the rope, it like burnt my hand, but the zip line like pulled me back, and I was just like, I can't. So then the zip line brings me halfway back up the zip line. Not even like a few steps out, like fully halfway back. So now I'm like, now what the fuck do I do? So then I have to sit there and like, she tells me to turn my body around and start pulling myself over the zip line to go backwards. So I start doing that. And at this point, like, you're exhausted. Like, you're mentally exhausted. You're physically exhausted. The whole thing's exhausting. And I'm so tired. And I pull myself a bit. I'm like, am I almost there? And I've only like went like 5 steps maybe. The girl just had enough of my shit, and she comes in and she just pushes me back to the platform. Like, just like, she's like, stretch your feet out. So I stretch my feet out, and she just like pushes me right back. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, that was my whole experience. That was me trying to be active and fit, and that was just like my whole thing.
Yeah, I like text you and I'm like, happy birthday. And then you send me back that video of you on a zip line heading towards the tree. She misses the rope and it's like sliding backwards. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, of course it'd be like our luck. Like you get freaking stuck in the middle of a zip line, which is one of my biggest fears. And that's why I never do shit like that. Because no, it's like that's the problem. Is something bad's gonna happen. You're gonna get stuck like that. I don't know how you were up in those goddamn trees. I was like, our little Miss Nature, you know. But like, this is why I don't do shit like this anymore, okay? One, went whitewater rafting. Guess what happened? Almost died several times. Broke a rib when I was drowning. My friend grabbed me by the hair to yank me out of the current, and I flew and hit a rock, broke the ribs, okay? Oh, we're gonna go horseback riding down on the winery in Temecula. Guess what happens? My horse, bartender, takes off running down a hill, trying to swing around circles, trying to buck me off. This is why I don't do this shit, because that's what happens.
Things like this happen. Like, my friend Emily and I were laughing so hard, and she was recording the whole thing, okay? So, and we both said, we're like, of course this would happen to me. Of course my zip line would go all the way down and then pull me back up. Like, I could not believe it. I haven't laughed that hard in my life, and the fact that, like, what was making it worse is that, like, I was looking to my girlfriend and dying laughing, and, like, the girls that were working there were just so annoyed. Like, everyone there has had enough of my shit. Like, I'm just not cut out for treetop trekking. It's just not my thing. Just no.
Treetop trekking.
Treetop trekking. I can't even say it. Like, I have to say it so slowly. It's like one of those tongue twisters, you know? Like,
it really is. It is. And then you sent me another video and you were like walking the tightrope on top of a tree. And I'm like, no.
I know. It was like the one that I had to go across. It was just a tightrope. And so there's the one rope that runs on the bottom, and then you have two ropes that go on the top that you can hang on to. So I was doing it sideways, like we practice, and letting the tightrope go into kind of like the groove of my shoe. And that seemed to be what was working. I preferred the tightropes over the logs that were rocking back and forth and like going wild everywhere, because it was like I was scared I was going to do like the splits in the air, even though they can't go that far apart. Everything is just playing with your mind in there. Like, your mind is just all over the place. Like, really, it's just a zip line. Like, you can just let go and zip line across every course, which I didn't even really think about. But it was so funny because the one line that I was doing, I was going, and my friend's talking to me. I was like, shh, like, stop talking, because I'm like trying to survive out there, and like I'm like walking up to her, and I'm like breathing like I'm in a horror movie. I'm like like trying to like just like not fall and like just like survive. Just wanted to be a fitness legend, okay?
Okay. I'll just say this. I will not be doing any of these activities for my birthday. Hell no. She don't do that stuff anymore. So what was the like sleeping accommodations like for you out in the forest?
Oh, no, I didn't sleep. I just went for the day.
Oh, you just went for the day. Okay, I didn't know if you were like cabining it out there.
No, but funny enough, we're going to a cottage tomorrow. Or no, on Sunday. I know. We're going paddle boarding and kayaking, and we're doing all the things outdoors. She's outdoorsy. She's active.
Is this a phase?
No, I feel like I'm always pretty active, but I feel like I in the summer times I love just doing random things. The tree top trekking thing is a phase. That was just like something to do, to try. It's an adventure, but I won't make you do it, I promise.
Yeah, she gets out into nature in the summer.
Nature, darling. I just love being in nature.
You believe you're going back for more.
Oh my God. Well, you love nature. How's your garden?
Girl, the drama that's been happening in the garden. Like, how, I don't even understand it, but basically, okay, so I have to do an hour and a half of community service, like garden cleanup every month. And if you miss a month, you're in debt. Okay. Well, apparently I found out you can also be penalized time too. So they started telling me, like, oh, you're 4 hours behind in cleanup. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I missed one and I made up some time, but I'm like, no, I'm not. Well, I get a phone call a couple weeks ago, and I'm basically, like, ambushed, and they're like, you know, you're behind on this and this and that. And I'm like, I have no proof because I'm, like, in the car. Like, I don't know what they're talking about this time that they're saying that I'm missing. And I'm like, I show up. Like, I'm always there. Like, what are you talking about? And I didn't have a chance to figure out what was going on. So then they start guilting me. And they're like, do you not like us? Do you not want to come? All this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, my God. They're ruthless.
So I get home that night, and I'm going through, like, photos. Like, I'm going to find a screenshot. Because, you know, sometimes I go there, I'll take a little photo for, like, social media. Just to let them know that, like, while they're at Sunday brunch, I'm pulling weeds because I'm better than them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I take, like, a little photo or something like that. And I'm like, I have all these months. Turns out, April, it got rained out. Okay. So I didn't go because it got rained out. So that's in debt time for that month, even though it got canceled. Then, I missed a meeting. It was a very last minute meeting. And I told them, I was like, oh, it's the day of the Oscars. Like, I can't go. I'm doing hair. And then they're like, okay. And I was like, will you email me the notes or whatever? Well, apparently I didn't call this one particular person. So that I got penalized the time. So this hours that I'm behind are penalty hours, not me missing after they guilted me after all of that. So Sunday was garden cleanup. She came in guns a-blazing. She came in like God. Ready to like. She was pissed. She was ready to confront, and on top of that, I've had a messed up back, and I knew there was like no way I could actually do like hard labor. Like I could barely I couldn't even put my socks on, let alone go do some hard work in the garden.
Yeah,
yeah. So I show up and I was like, just so you know, this is where the hours came from. And then she started to interrupt me, and I was like, no, listen. And I was like, I just need you to know that it's not because I'm lazy and I'm like avoiding being here and I don't want to be here. It's that like these were technicalities. These weren't like me like missing it or whatever. And then I was like, well, do you have a job for me I can do that's like gonna be easy on my back because my back's really messed up. And I was like, I think if I get on the ground, like it'll be okay. So then I finally find this thing. And first of all, the guy that I had to go meet up with in the garden, I couldn't find him. So when I finally showed up, it was like 10 minutes after. He's like, well, where have you been? You're just getting here? All mean. And normally he's so nice. Yes, he's being a rude person to me. And
it's a garden.
I know. And then, so I go over there and he's like, well, get down there. And this girl was like, I was like, if I'm on the ground, I think I'll be okay. So I get down on the ground. This woman's like, tell me how to pull the roots out. And I said to her, I was like, she's like, what's going on with your back, whatever. And I was like, oh, it's like a sciatica thing. And she's like, oh, no. She's like, you can't be doing this. So you're going to mess yourself up. And so I go to pull one of the roots out with like a little mini axe thing. And that pain, I swear to God, it shot from my toes to my brain. And I was like, oh. And she's like, nah. And I was like, no. Hell no. Fuck this place. Fuck everybody here. I'm leaving.
Oh my God. Fuck your little garden club.
I know. I know. So she's in heavy drama at the garden club. And I'm just like, at this point, I'm a nuisance. You know what I mean? I'm like you, like the way that all the workers in that like treetop trekking are like, this girl. They're like, this bitch about me, because now I seem difficult. I seem like a difficult person to work with. And it's like, not me. They're making me crazy.
They're gaslighting you. They are 100% gaslighting you. You can't tell what your own reality is.
I know, I'm confused. I'm like...
It's geriatrics power. This is what happens. Geriatrics always love to form a little club. Okay, this one's at the garden. And now they're in control. They have you. And now they're in control. And now their whole life is revolving around any type of drama. Think about it. At this point in their lives, they're like, any tea is great tea. So they need to make a dramatic scene out of you in order for them to thrive off of it. You feed their beast, and now you're the target.
Yeah. And by the way, everyone at the garden is a lot older, and I mean like your grandparents' age. You know what I mean? So I'm fighting with your grandparents, basically, is what's happening.
Yes.
And they're teaming up against me because, and here I am, my back hurts, my sciatica, and they're like, okay, bitch, I'm 50 years older than you, you know?
They're like, you haven't seen back pain. But no, it's just their own club. Now you're fully the target. You know that they have a notebook, like a booklet with all your hours that they see you there documented. Like they're documenting you in a book somewhere. You know that, right? So they can keep going back, be like, oh, she showed up on this day. She was here for this many hours. Like they're logging all of your actions.
No, it is all logged. It is all logged. Because they're like, we're going to go back and audit it.
You're like, I just want to plant my fucking zucchinis that I'm too scared to eat and leave. That's
exactly. It. What is all this? And there was one day, when we were talking about the hours, there was this one woman, she like wanted to talk to the garden master. By the way, it's the garden master. I'm like, that's not antiquated. But she laughed in my face. Like, you never see when you're like irritated about something. And then they'll say to me too, like, oh, don't get so worked up. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm like, I don't care. I honestly don't care. Y'all are the ones making this a situation. You know, but this woman laughed right in my face. And I wasn't even talking to her. And I literally, I had to hold back. I'm like, you cannot be calling someone's grandma a fucking cunt again. We can't do that again. We cannot go back to the airport and do that again, you know? So
we learned from that mistake.
We've learned from that mistake. And her daughter and granddaughter were there. So I definitely couldn't, you know? But I wanted to.
You're like, it's taking me everything right now. Everything in me. No, I think it's the geriatrics power. I'm telling you. They've lived longer than us. They know more than us. And they just use it and gaslight, and they just get away with anything they want because they can. So she can laugh in your face. And then she just goes about her day like... You know, like it's nothing, and just makes you look like a freaking difficult person. Meanwhile, she's stirring up the pot.
Exactly.
Little shits.
I was going to say they probably have a group chat, but they do not have a group chat.
They probably take notes in the logbook. Like Judy will write it down, right? And then Wendy will come in and she'll correct Judy with like a highlighter and be like, no, she was actually here till 3:30. Yes. And then they'll put back like, okay, we saw her today. She used a little extra water today. We could probably nail her for that. It's all logged.
One time, I'd show up, and like normally I'd water my garden early in the morning or in the evening, but I showed up maybe like 11 a.m. and it was gloomy out because you don't want to water your plants in the direct sun. It was gloomy, so I'm watering. This woman turns off my hose, and I was like, what the hell? And then, so I run back over, and I just turn it back on, and I mean mug her, and I go back to my garden watering. She turns it off again, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, and then she starts screaming at me. She's yelling and just like throwing a massive fit. And I'm like, what is going on with you? Like, what is going on with you? Because why are you shutting off my water? Why are you screaming at me? Like, I do not understand what's going on. And she's like, you're not allowed to water at this time. There's very strict rules on the time you're allowed to use the water. And she's like, you know this. And I'm like, I don't know this.
Oh my God. Why couldn't she just tell you that? You're so sneaky and conniving.
I know.
Oh my God. You're like, this is supposed to be my happy place. Like, things a lot, assholes. Like, oh my God. Well, you guys, this is a very special episode. Kyle, do you want to tell them why it's special?
It's our 20th episode.
It's our 20th episode. And that means that for 20 weeks, which is like almost half a year, no? We have been...
Not quite.
But kind of, maybe a little bit. We don't have the same numbers in our brains, but whatever. Long story short, 20 episodes. That's 20 weeks of commitment.
It really is. It really is. We've been at this.
20 weeks, guys. So we're gonna do our highlights and lowlights a little differently this week. So instead of speaking about our actual week, we're going to talk about our highlights and lowlights of the Blonde Highlights experience, which is us, and our experience in creating the podcast and doing the podcast and all of that. So I just got to say, though, I'm really proud of us. I am so proud of us.
Yeah, I am too. I'm really proud that we've been able to do this and like get it done, and we've like persevered through like tough times with it. And you know, it really has been quite a challenge. It's not, you know, it's not as easy as just like doing, you know, filming a little video for an hour or so. Like we put a lot of work into this, and I'm like proud that we've done this all. And I just love that, you know, we've been working on this so much that, like, you know, I'm quite a loner. So I love that, like, we're constantly, like, on the phone, having phone calls, like, chatting about this or that, or should we talk about this? Or, like, it's just been fun to have this, like, consistent thing going on, and then being, like, constant communication, even though sometimes I talk to her first thing in the morning and I don't even remember talking to her because I was not alive at that moment.
Yes, because Kyle's 3 hours behind me. So let's say I call Kyle at like, I don't know, noon. And it's like 9 a.m. and maybe she's just waking up. I'm like, I've been with the kids all day. Like, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to just text you later. Bye. She's a monster in the morning.
I am a monster in the morning, and I am also like very much I'm definitely not a morning person, but I am like an up all night kind of person. You know what I mean? Like I like to go to bed at 5 a.m., but I don't do that. It's a fight to not go to bed at 5 a.m., you know? So the mornings are a rough time, and then it doesn't help that I'm 3 hours behind you, but yeah, we always.
I know most of the time I call her. It's her like 7 a.m. I'm like, hey, I'm an asshole. But no, I think it's been really fun. I think that is one of the best things about it is how much like communication that we're in all the time. And I like that we kind of get to use things as an excuse for the podcast too. Like, you know, like different things. I'm like, oh, it's like research. Like it's like proper journalism. Like I need to like dig up, especially for celebrity juice. Like I feel like I've really had to like step out of my element as well and kind of learn how to speak a little bit because I'm not really used to speaking anywhere except for on my Instagram stories. So I think it's just been nice. It's been different.
I love that you said like it's an excuse for like the research of the podcast. Your husband's like, get off of TikTok, and you're like, I am doing journalism. This
is journalism. Michael, we have to go see a movie in the theater. It's journalism. This is for our podcast. I have to eat at this Michelin star restaurant, Michael. I need to talk about it on the podcast. Everything.
Every day.
But
oh my God. By the way, I did eat. I went with a friend and had dinner last night to like catch up, and we went to this like really nice Italian restaurant. And I guess apparently their like lasagna is like Michelin star.
Did you?
I did not get the lasagna though.
Oh my God! Why would you not get the? What did you get?
I got this the spicy penne.
You got a penne?
Yes.
When you could have had a Michelin lasagna? What is wrong?
No. Okay, here's my thing. Here's the thing, okay, about lasagna. I love a lasagna. And my favorite dish, my mom makes a good lasagna. And I like to chow down on lasagna. But if you go to a restaurant and you order lasagna, you're getting ripped off, okay? Because they're going to give you one little square one little square of lasagna, and that's dinner. I need 4 squares.
You're like, I need the whole bowl of penne. Like, I need substance.
Yes, yes. So I need that whole bowl of that pasta.
Okay, I get it. You're
It's
being
about
a
value.
smart consumer. I get it.
Smart consumer. Yeah, because trust me, if I had unlimited funds, I would be like, give me 4 lasagnas.
I need 4 lasagnas stat. Thanks.
No,
Keep the
maybe
bread
2.
coming.
Yes, yes. But do you know what I mean, though? If you order lasagna at a restaurant, you get a small little piece.
Mm-hmm. No, it's
And
true.
that's dinner.
That's dinner. No, we need portions. So do you want to tell us your highlight and low light of blonde highlights?
Okay. Of our 20 episodes.
Yes.
Okay. I would definitely say my highlight 100% is our gypsy juice. And I don't even know if it was just the gypsy juice, like we were making it, which was we made Gypsy Rose's favorite prison energy drink. And it involved like Jolly Ranchers and Fanta and coffee grounds and all sorts of weird shit. And literally, Kris destroyed my carpet because she opened a Fanta and it exploded.
I opened the Fanta that we had to go to 7 stores to find.
Yes, we literally had to go to 7 stores to find it. That was crazy. And I'm like, there's probably this gas station. They probably have it. Like, we were like searching everywhere for it. But that was fun. You were in LA. Like, we had so much fun doing all of that, you know? So that was definitely, I think, my favorite moment of the podcast. Maybe even very specifically, the favorite moment is when we were filming and when the thing exploded and you're like, oh my god!
I didn't know what to do.
Pitch.
I didn't know what to do. And then it would just kept spilling all over me. And I'm like, but we're recording.
My low light has probably just been like all the technical difficulties that we've experienced, you know, and like we don't put that out there, you know, you don't see that, but like we're just 2 gals, 2 business women trying to figure this shit out, and like it is like it tests our nerves, it tests us sometimes, like just the programming stuff, because a lot of podcasts, you know, they film it in person, but we're not only like filming, we're in separate countries. We're literally in separate countries, 3 hours apart, different time zones. Like, it is a little bit complicated to do it this way, and we persevered through all of that. But I would say some of the lowlights are definitely those frustrating moments where we're like trying to figure out how to make this the best version. You know what I mean? Because we don't want our viewers to see, you know, mess ups here and there and things like that, or things happening behind the scenes. But there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that we do our best to conceal and put a good product out there.
I mean, we really do try. I mean, there's times where it takes, like one time it took 12 hours for my file to upload to our Google Drive that we share, because Kyle's the one that edits everything. And the way that her editing program works and everything, it has to be in the drive. So the one time it took like 12 hours. We've had it where like it's frustrating. And we had it one time where I couldn't upload mine for some reason, and there was dramas with that. And it's stressful. Like, for instance, like right now it is 11:30 at night for me. It is 11:30 at night. That's why I look like this right now. I have my period. I wasn't dressing up for this shit. Kyle was so booked and blessed today. She was like, oh my gosh, she had like a celebrity like emergency haircut or something. And I'm like, hey, well, we're just going to have to do it after work. So like, you know, it's kind of like a big commitment. And I just think that there's sometimes it's just like there's so much in the background that we're trying to figure out. But I feel like every week we're constantly trying to be like, what can we do? What's not working? How can we make this episode better? What should we be doing? Like, we're constantly just like thinking about it and trying our best to evolve.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't believe we're just bringing up the fact that it's late at night right now. We normally shoot in the morning, and like she had to wait till I got home from work, and it's dark in LA right now. So it's real dark on the East Coast.
It's almost the next
and so
day.
if you're watching video wise, our lighting is probably off, but you know what, we're doing the best we can.
I didn't turn on my big bright light because it's too much of a reflection of my glasses, and if I take my glasses off, then it's just not good. This is my big blue, what are they, blue light glasses are like a distraction. They're just deflecting from whatever's going on underneath. But
yes. Do you remember one of our first episodes when we wore the orange glasses?
Yes.
And then the headbands?
Yes.
You forgot those glasses here.
Did I?
Yeah, I wore them the other day, and I was like, "Why, these ones are darker than what I thought."
Yeah, they're
and then
darker.
I realized, yeah, they were. But it was the same thing. There was like the heavy reflection in the lenses.
Mm-hmm. So my highlight was also the gypsy juice. It was just so much fun. I think it was also too, like, it was late when we were filming. I think we were both so retired, and I think we were just having so much fun. And I think it was just real raw moments between us of just our dynamic and how we are together. Because when we're together in person, it's just like, we're just like, we're never quiet. We're always laughing. There's always something. It's like, you know, there's always something going on. So I just think it was so much fun that we captured all of that in that episode. I thought was really cool. And I'll never forget like the smashing of the Jolly Ranchers with the hammer.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh my God. And then like Kyle wanted to throw up because when we dropped the Jolly Ranchers into the drink, it like plopped in. And she was so grossed out. We were dying laughing. Oh my God. And then for my low light, I put all the bullshit editing stuff. So it's basically the same thing, like just all the outside parts. And I think also too, like when I have to listen back to myself sometimes, I'm like, ew. Sometimes I can't. Like, I don't know if I could ever listen to our first episode again.
Oh my God, that would be brutal. But you know, that's normal. And a lot of people in the entertainment industry tell me if you don't cringe watching yourself, then you're not doing it right. You know, if you don't hate yourself after, you're not doing it right, you know? Because, and I know I've talked to huge actresses that are in major feature films, and they're like, I don't like to watch myself back. They're like, I don't want to watch myself. You know, because it's the same thing. They're going to critique every little moment of every little thing. And it's the same thing we do. And I think that's just part of we're artists, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah. I do. I get it. So I think for this episode, we thought it would be fun because we did it on our,
13th.
the 13th episode or something. And we pulled the tarot card. So for the 20th, I think it would be fun, but do you want to pull it?
Yeah.
You pull it. Is this the messy medium? Is this what it's going to be like now? Show it. Can you? I see all these people on Insta or TikTok. They go on there and they're like with their cards and they're like just shuffling the shit out of these things.
I can't shuffle for shit. I don't play card games or nothing. And then the deck is thick. It's hard to shuffle. I don't know how they do it. I'm fascinated by how they do it. And I wish my character on TikTok, the messy medium, she needs to shuffle. You know what I mean? She needs to be a good shuffler. But she's not, you know? She's
She'll learn it though, but I hear you breaking the deck. You know, I used to when I was little, and I didn't realize because I would see everybody doing it so quickly. I would just take my cards from the back and then put them in the front, and then just like keep moving the same pile. Like I would just keep putting them back and forth. So I wasn't really shuffling. I was just kind of like moving the piles. It wasn't until I was older that I realized I was like, oh, you actually got to like mix up the cards and get them all.
I've always been so jealous of people who can do all that shit. Okay. So
I
we're
do
gonna
have
pull
to
a
try
card.
I'm going to pull a card. Are you going to be the messy medium?
Yeah, she's coming in.
She's coming
Coming in. Okay, hun. So what's in store for the Blonde Highlights podcast in the future? Should we just shuffle up these cards, hun?
Let's see. See, this is how, yeah, they're like this.
And then I love it how when they're shuffling like that, and then one like shoots out.
And they just ignore it. I
No,
feel like
they'll
that's...
shoot out, and they're like, boom. That's they're like, because like the spirits like snatch it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So I like to sometimes shuffle until one falls, you know, or I just like one sticking out. This is calling. This one right here. This one right here, hun, is calling for you. This card. We're gonna pull this card, okay, hun? Your Cash App cleared, right? You got that Cash App in?
I have a confession. Okay.
What's your confession?
So today, because we've been talking so much about it, like it's obviously been popping up on my, like my For You page or whatever. So as I'm scrolling, I keep seeing them, and that's what made me think of like the card flying out, because that's what I believe in. There's like, you know, that's the card that you're supposed to pick or whatever. This girl was just whipping her cards around, and they were flying, and she wasn't acknowledging them, and she was like, leave your name below and I'll do a reading, like, and ask me anything. So she wasn't like having you pay for it. And on Highlights TikTok, I put my name like 3 times, hoping that she was gonna get it, because it's, you know, it's journalism for the podcast, okay?
Oh, of course.
And
yes, research.
I was trying to see how real she was, because I was like, will I ever get married? And then she didn't acknowledge me, and I was so pissed. I was waiting for so long. I was like folding laundry, and then I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't wait. Now I'll never know.
Listen, there's this one girl. Okay, she's like such a legit medium. She's like in Alaska, and she's always like trolling like other psychics when they're like scamming people. But anyways, I go into her live ones, okay, and I tell myself, I'm like, spirit guides, if you're real, we're on a spirit guide journey at this moment in my life, and I'm like, spirit guides, if you're real, make her say my name. Oh, listen. She goes, is there someone named Kyle here?
Shut up.
A second after I said that out loud to myself, and I responded like, yes. And she was like, you know, there's someone coming back into your life, and you can like let them in if you want, but it's probably not the best idea or whatever like that. And it was just like a message. Like she literally was just like, is there someone named Kyle here?
Oh my God, that's creepy.
So crazy. Yes. Okay, I did pull the card. Okay, it's sitting here. We're gonna.
What's the card?
Okay, hun, I flipped it over. The Cash App cleared, so we're gonna look. Okay, we got the Knights of Cups. Honey, rich. The knight is successful, and that horse looks real fancy with the way it's doing its little like trot like that.
It looks like. I gotta pull up my book. I'm not good. I need to look at the cups.
Yeah, and there's like a stream in the card, like when he has wings. Yeah, I think this is good. I think it's a good sentiment.
I think it's a good energy. I think it's good.
It's great energy.
I'm seeing quickly. I just want to pull it up in my book. I'm going to read the first line, just like the first thing, okay?
Okay.
Romantic passion motivated by feeling, idealism, charm, intuitive empathy for others, great people skills, focus on emotion, creativity. The King of Cups indicates a romantic, impassioned experience. You might receive a romantic proposal, meet a new romantic partner, travel, make new friends, or get swept up in a creative project.
Okay, but you're reading King of Cups, not Knights of Cup.
No, I am. It's Knights of Cups.
Oh, I think you said King of Cup. Okay. That's good. See, that's all good right there. Artistic endeavors.
Yes. 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 Oh,
I
yes.
mean, we're already
yes.
the number
Passions.
one podcast, so.
I mean, yes. We beat Joe Rogan last week.
Totally, yes. So, like, obviously the card, you know, she's just letting us know something we already know.
We already know.
We already know.
Okay, I'm going to pull a card for you now. Ready? I'm going to...
Okay.
No, I had to breathe my hot, steamy...
While you're shuffling, I just want to tell you one thing that happened, and I just haven't told you this, and it's, like, kind of really iconic. So, do you know how last week I was just like, demure, everything's demure, like we kept talking about that?
Yes.
So I posted this photo of these, like, hair extensions I did, and the demure girl liked my video.
Stop.
Yes!
So demure.
I was like...
Oh my god. Is she coming on the show? How do we get her on here?
Literally, she, like, put on TikTok that she's coming to LA this weekend and going out in WeHo, and I, like, live in WeHo. Like, so I could
Get your
go...
ass out for research.
Research and development, yes. I don't know if I have the energy to be out at the club tonight. She said tonight and tomorrow.
Sleep it off tonight and get out there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go hunt her down.
Get her on the podcast.
Get her on the pad.
Okay.
Like, hold on a second. My podcaster is out in the woods somewhere, but we're gonna get on her on the call.
We're going to get her out here somewhere. She's at a cottage. Kayaking. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles.
Oh.
We're going to do like the old influence. Apprenticeship, learning, mastering a skill, diligent, hard work, craftsmanship, taking pride, artistic talent, making goods.
Yeah.
Regeneration, rebirth, reevaluating, putting things in order, setting priorities, understanding boundaries. This is a good card.
Oh, it is. It is. That is a good card. And when you said, like, Eight of Pentacles, what I think is that I think of 8 as in, like, the lucky ball 8. Like, you know? Like, that's very lucky. And then I think of Pentacles as being, like, witchy and whatever. So that's how I interpreted that from the get-go.
I love it.
Okay. We're going to pull for Kris.
Oh my
Sorry, I'm
God.
shuffling.
You know, when I was in college, my friend Annie and I, even after college, we would only do what the 8 ball told us. So we would ask it a question, and I'll be like, should we go out tonight? And if it was like, yes, we'd be like, hey, we're going out tonight. And then we would ask it like certain things and sometimes just like let it guide us. It was so much fun. It never lied. It never lied. And we would always test it too. Yes.
I'll tell you one thing about that lucky number 8. She don't lie. She's gonna tell you.
She don't lie.
She don't lie.
She don't lie.
Okay, so I pulled your card. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is your future and also my future because you're stuck with me. Okay, so why am I nervous to pull it?
I know.
Okay.
I'm
Oh my god, you're gonna freak. You're gonna freak out. Okay.
Queen of Pentacles. Why did we get the Pentacles?
Girl, she's the Queen of the Pentacles. I told you, Richie energy.
I gotta get my thing out. I won't read it all now, but oh my god.
I also think of the little pinnacle thing as almost like a coin. You know?
Money from the podcast. We're getting sponsorships.
Yes. And, you know, Kris will become the official queen of podcasting.
100%. Here we go. Move over, JR.
Oh, there's a little bunny. There's a little bunny in the corner of the card.
I need my booklet.
See the little bunny?
Little bun babes.
Oh.
Aww.
Lots of roses and mountains
She's
behind.
a queen too.
Oh my
see.
God, Miss Sheila Lynn. Did I ever tell you? One time Sheila, she sent me a message after she passed.
Did she?
Yeah, and listen, so I go to my friend, her dog was having surgery on his eye. Okay, this is right after Sheila passed. We're at Barnes and Noble Burning Time with the dogs at the vet, and we go into this like baby name book, and she just like flicked through it, and she's like, "Tell me when, and I'll stop." And I said, "When?" She stops, opens the book, looks where her finger is. The baby name was on the name Sheila.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Stop.
And then on top of that, it said that the original meaning of Sheila is to help the blind.
Oh my God.
Her dog was having eye surgery.
I didn't.
So Sheila was there with her little baby, making sure she was okay. He was okay.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Wasn't
Aw.
it? Sheila really was that girl, though, so.
She was. Oh my God. I have a blind aunt, Sheila. I didn't know that that's what the name meant.
I don't know. That's what
She wasn't born blind, but that's ironic. Wow. Well, we got lots of. Oh, I'm looking up Eight of Pentacles.
Okay, I see. It's Queen of Pentacles. I want Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. The face suggests that of a dark woman whose qualities might be summoned up in the ideas of greatness of soul. She has also the serious cast of intelligence. She contemplates her symbol and maybe the worlds, and see the worlds they're in. It may see the world. It's weird because when I'm reading this, there's like no spaces. I don't know if this was like a typo in my deck. But the divination is opulence, magnificence, generosity, security, liberty.
Mine says here the queen would make a great entrepreneur. She has a lot of material possessions or is very interested in material possessions. She also has a great deal of pride in her beauty, wealth, fortune, materials, friends, network, etc. The Queen of Pentacles has a knack for channeling resources to make everyone feel involved, or everyone involved feel grounded and supported.
Wow.
Wow, okay. Wow.
Entrepreneurship, honey. Podcast.
Yeah, we're at it. We are at it. We have to look at the Eight of Pentacles quickly because we didn't do that. 192. Hold on, I gotta go to my page. I know you like to interpret.
Where did the Eight of Pentacles come from?
Yours.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my God, I've pulled this on myself before.
What's it say?
Apprenticeship, learning, mastering a skill, diligent, hard work. Oh, we did yours.
We did read this.
Oh, we did read this. Oh, that's why it's bent in. Oh my God, blonde moment. Well, guys, I think that's it for us. I think I need to go to bed. It's 10 minutes to midnight. I think this has been a great 20th episode. I think it's been so much fun. I love you so much, Kyle. I'm so happy that we made it through 20 episodes. I'm really excited. Yes. We're acting like it's our 100th episode, but whatever. To us, it's a win.
Trust me, the 100th is coming. It's coming in hot.
It's coming in hot. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. Tune in next week. And don't forget to follow our socials at Blonde Highlights Podcast. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.